What's going on YouTube? This is Mohawk6. I am back playing Gray Zone Warfare with another tutorial, another explanation about recoil. So in my last two videos I talked about arm stamina drain and the different effects it has on you and how to mitigate it. Today I want to talk about recoil. So some of the things with recoil, obviously if you go to your weapon, you have recoil control up here, and it is a massive help and benefit when you are engaged in a firefight. But one thing that they don't tell you is there is a second recoil mitigation stat that you need to be aware of, and that is recoil reduction. So you can see on my weapon here, I have recoil control at 2%, which is coming from my buffer tube. Believe me, I looked. There's no other way to get recoil control any lower than 2% without really trying, which I didn't. But anyway, so even though I'm at 2%, I still have a 10%, plus 10% recoil reduction. So I got to thinking when I was making a weapon before, I was trying to pack on absolutely as much recoil control as I could, and I got up to 24, and I kept putting more things on, and it just wasn't going any higher until I started actually reading the things that I was putting on there. So one of the things comes from your gas block. The higher end gas block that you can get from Gunny Level 2 gives you, a 7% recoil reduction. But this will not show up on your recoil control. So if I take out my gas block, and I should have another one around here somewhere, which I lost. Okay, I'll put this one in here, and now I'm going to lose it for the rest of the video. Okay, it doesn't affect my recoil control at all. Okay, but it does affect the hidden stat that is recoil reduction. Okay, so I just want to do some tests on that as we go through this, and kind of show you how recoil reduction can help. So like I said, on here I'm going to take off the recoil reduction on my stock M4. The only thing I put on here is the Spectre scope, just because I like the way it looks. I like the sight picture and all that other stuff. But no other thing on here has anything to do with recoil, okay, except for the buffer tube, and I couldn't find a buffer tube that had 0 recoil reduction on it. I'm sure if I used an AK platform, I could probably find something, but that's not what I use at all when I'm playing. I only pretty much use M4s. So I'm on the firing range again. To make this as fair as possible, I'm going to try to line myself up here with the HESCO barrier on the firing range. I'll start on this target. I'm going to do it on automatic. I'm just going to aim center mass, and I am not going to move my mouse at all once I start firing. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, as you can see, I started to veer off the paper there. Perfect, somehow. I shot 15 rounds at it, and as we could see, that recoil pattern is all over the place. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots on target, and then maybe like a wing shot right there, and then the rest were off paper or off target completely. So we'll go back. I still have 15 rounds, so I could spend the rest of this one. I'm just going to throw on my A2, my A2 flash hider. It has 10% recoil reduction. So it's reducing the recoil, not controlling it, okay? We do the same thing on a new target. I'll wait for my arm stamina drain. As we know from my previous videos, it's very important. Or kind of, sort of. I don't remember. All right, anyway, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So you can see that one, it got off paper pretty quick too. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Few more shots on paper. Little more control on it, like I said, without doing anything with my mouse manually to control the recoil, but not terrible. Oh, I'm sorry, it was still pretty terrible. So let me get rid of that. I'm going to talk about this gun here, because this gun, from what I've kind of built this together. This was a quest reward that I added to, kind of took some away, whatever else. This one has the most recoil control that I could, kind of stock up there. The only thing I really added to it was the vertical foregrip here, because it matched. Someone else gave it to me, I think. And I think I threw on maybe a charging handle or something. I can't remember. But total, this thing has 40% recoil control. And then the recoil reduction should be, it's coming from this gas block, so that's 5% there. I don't know if I can actually throw on this disgusting gas block, which is honestly the first thing I change every time. Because this one has 0 of everything, okay. Socket, okay, because the other thing's in the part. So, this one's 5%. Without taking off the Picatinny rail, I can't really do anything. So I have +5 recoil reduction from there. That is control. This is also control. Buttstock, control. Okay. And my Picatinny rail, control. Okay. So when I do this, I'll add this here, equip it, double check that I actually have rounds in it, 10 rounds. All right, I'll switch that. I have no suppressor, and the other thing I don't have on it is a muzzle brake, because those are the two things on this weapon that I'll put on later, these two, that have the most recoil reduction. So 20% recoil reduction on the flash hider, and then 7% recoil reduction. So I'm going from 5% recoil reduction right now, that's just from the gas block, to 27%, so 22% up. All right. Make sure I'm on. Full round magazine. No, I don't know about the bullets. I don't care. All right, so once I'm center mass, I'm going to do the same thing. Try to get around 15 rounds on the target, or I'll stop once it goes above. But I'm going to try to not touch it. It's like a Ouija board with your mouse. You know, if you've been playing first-person shooters long enough, trying not to move your mouse is very difficult. But anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ugh. Pretty close. So now you can see I'm getting more on target at least, or at least staying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Staying a little more on. Again, this is without doing anything with the mouse. So now this time I'm going to try to manually control my recoil. So that was just doing a quick, you know, a little bit of recoil control on there. You could see, I'm sorry, manual recoil control with my mouse. But you could see pretty much everything's on target. Okay. So now if I add, where'd that go? Okay. Huh. Now I gotta take it out, put it over here, take the gas block off, put the new one on, change magazines. Equip it back. Jesus Christ. Hit 1. Hit R. Which one did I shoot at? I don't remember. All right, we'll go back over to the first start one. Okay. I wish these would stay a little longer and then you could like reset them or something, but whatever. All right, so now this is full. This is 40% recoil control and 27% recoil reduction. Ready? No manual controls. Now, that's what we're talking about with recoil reduction. See how much more accurate that is? And again, my mouse didn't move. I tried it before where I held my mouse up and it just was not for me. How many shots did I put there? I have 10 left. I'll try to... Oh, there we go. Nope, that's a 60 round. God only knows what would happen if I put that into there. Get out of here too. You don't need to be there. All right. So now, kind of putting it all together, right? So I have my recoil control up to 40%. I have my recoil reduction to 27%, which is the hidden stat here. And now I'm going to use my manual recoil control, which is my mouse wheel, to try to stay on target for the entire time. You know what? Screw science. Let's go for the full 30 rounds to see if we could hold it on there. I don't care about the testing group. I don't care about anything else. All right, so this is 30 rounds down. I don't know. What would you say that is? Like 25 yards maybe? That's a 50-yard range? I don't know, man. I've actually sat there and tried to go on the map, zoom all the way in. And if I go to like here, 17 meters, couldn't even tell you in yards. Now we're in it, 19. It's like a 25-yard range. That might be right. 27. Okay, whatever. I got confused. All right. Anyway. So from what I would call like an acceptable distance for full auto when you're in the game is about here to there. You know, anything further, you probably want to be on solo or a single shot. But, all right, we're going to try to mitigate this recoil as best we can. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I would say that recoil has been mitigated. Okay? We get a nice picture of that so I could use it later. To compare, I'm going to put this one back in there. I need a gas block, I think, right? Yeah. Do I have another 30 rounds somewhere? Somewhere. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we saw that before. That was all within the silhouette. It didn't go outside of the lines or the black part of the silhouette. Now we're going to try again with manual recoil mitigation on my part to keep it in that circle. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, definitely not as easy. As you can see, that was me trying to hold it center the whole time, or at least bring it to center. So it went out, around, up, back, down, whatever. So adding recoil reduction and recoil control to your weapon is a good thing, but do not neglect recoil reduction, even though it is a hidden stat. Okay? I hope this video helped, guys. If it did, please subscribe, like the video. Shoot a comment if you want to see anything else, any other testing. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a 40-year-old man who plays video games and likes to nerd out on shit like this. So if you have anything, any other suggestions you want to see, let me know. If not, hit me up in the game, Mohawk 6, Mithril, whatever. And yeah, come on back and we'll do it again sometime, all right? Mohawk 6, signing off.